Welcome to the Calyrex Game Corner's Pokemon D&D campaign, featuring Cindy, a hot-headed teen with a penchant for arson, Gimli, an admirable father seeking to reunite his family, Elodie, a fun-loving baker with a whimsical heart, and Schmidt, a courageous young man searching for his purpose with a duck. Together, they make the Packo, and this is Dunsparce Drampa. It has been hardly a minute since Team Neo Rocket Galactic began their siege on Dewford Town in efforts to kidnap Gimli and bargain for cabbage. In that time, NRG's Zeppelins have rained destruction on the idyllic island community, and the Packo strategically dismantled the armored psychic creature's armor, revealing it to be the Cantonian legendary Pokemon Mewtwo. Using the Master Ball obtained after rescuing the Sinnoh trade vessel, the SS Verity, from who is now Diana the Gyarados, Schmidt captured this powerful Pokemon in the midst of this siege. Despite Gimli and Trevor's best efforts to defend, NRG's forces are quickly breaching and will soon reach the Packo, not to mention that a Blimp's cannon has targeted directly in their location in the area where Mewtwo laid before it was captured. Elodie, Gimli, Cindy, and Schmidt, what will you do?
I have two things.
Okay.
One, you just made me realize that Schmidt's gimmick has been just capturing the villains lately.
Is that true?
Yeah, because Diana the Gyarados was the villain, and then Mewtwo.
Well, Toidle was a villain, too.
Next goal, capture Calvin.
So was Key Lime.
Yeah,
Calvin.
Key Lime was villainous. Key Lime was scheming.
Really bad guys.
Two, what's the game plan?
I wanna nope the fuck out of here.
And I realized this also. It's so funny how you and Gimli have flip-flopped. Because at the beginning, you wanted to stay and fight and he wanted to leave, and now he wants to stay and you want to leave.
Interesting.
Well,
And I think
now we're in a spot that's tight and we can go.
So,
But
just
Gimli
to recap,
has much more integrity than Cindy does.
we just got Gimli online.
Is that what it comes down to? Gimli on the line. But also the entire city of Dewford, I think, also. Probably
Right.
as
Well,
well.
I think
we
it's
have
only-
Gimli. We have Gimli.
I think it's only E4, Wally, and the police that are here fighting now.
And Brawly.
Right.
And Brawly, and it's
And
like
Brawly.
an army.
Yeah. That's like no small thing. That's like
but
fighting this
also
town right
they
now.
aimed a cannon at where we're at. And they go before I go. So if that cannon goes off where we're at, we all get hit.
That
Just
was
putting that out there.
yeah,
also,
it was
right?
aimed at the end of their last turn, which was targeting Mewtwo, but still on that location. So
But like,
do you want
it
to
could
wait
hit
and see
all of us.
if it will fire or not? That is up to you.
But like the cannons have got to be sizable, right?
Do we
Oh,
have a
yeah.
wide
Like how-
yard?
So
So like if it hits where Mewtwo was, it still hits all of us.
I haven't
Do we
described
have a
them.
wide card?
You do, but it is. Oh no, that would happen. No, it wouldn't. The next two turns are Elodie and then Gimli, and then the baddies go. So you'd have to figure something out between those two. I will say I haven't described the cannons much, so allow me to do so. They do fire projectile, but that's like not what causes the blast. They shoot out of this artillery that is like hanging under the side of the blimp, and it creates like pulses or waves that follows the projectile, and then they explode with the projectile on target, if that makes sense. It's like a pressure force bullet, but it is very large.
So it's something we can parry.
Yeah, obviously.
I'm kidding.
You can
I was
try.
gonna say I'm not sure if that's what I gathered from that, but you know.
This is an anime. We're fine. We can pass
Yeah,
this.
Just have
Quacko just-
baseball bat.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Right.
this isn't like a
Obviously.
classic fantasy RPG. We're in an anime. We should act more anime.
God, if you fail that with Quacko, he's just gonna explode.
He's just dead. Yeah.
Yeah, but if
He's
he
pretty low
succeeds,
HP right
he
now. just
sliced
from-
an entire like shell laser in half.
It's like that scene where like he like moves with the sword and then like everything stays the same and then a moment passes and it just gets split in half.
Yeah. No, just wait.
Oh God.
Just wait, it's fine.
Anyways, yes, please discuss as
Um,
much as you want. I don't want to rush you, but it is Elodie's turn.
Oh shit, Quacko.
It is that one.
Index. To go back on the
Dude, I
first
can't
one.
believe you lied to us.
I just now looked at it again. I
No.
forgot.
Squids lied, people died.
You know what? You're right.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Not this again.
Okay. Well, I think combined Gimli and I could move Cindy out of the way. Potentially, if that's our plan. Like we could just pick you up and move you.
Out of the way of what? The blast?
The blast, correct. I don't know how big the blast is, if we can move out of the way of the blast quick enough.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we might just all be in the blast zone.
In our experience, has the cannon fired on the turn after it aimed, or has it taken like an extra turn? Just in like the combat that we've had.
Are you?
'Cause I can't
Are you
remember.
asking me or the players?
Yes.
Has the cannon fired?
Yes, it has fired. The cannons, plural, have fired on 2 rounds. And from what you've observed, you don't have to make a roll or anything. Every other, like, they take 1 turn to aim and then 1 turn to fire. So it's a every other turn thing.
So we're about to get our
Right,
asses
right.
blasted.
That's true. We are about to get our asses blasted.
And if you're a fan of Blast Ass, then, like, sure. But, like, I'm not.
You're a fan.
I don't-
Of Blast
I don't know
Ass.
if evidence. I don't know if evidence is supporting that claim, but
What, that you're a fan of Blast Ass?
that Cindy's not a fan of Blast Ass.
Cindy is a child.
Well,
So
Sorry.
overall, what is the game plan?
Not a clue.
Are we bailing or
I
are we staying and
propose-
fighting?
Should I
I'm
stay
team
or
stay and
should I
fight.
go?
My proposition would be Gimli and or Elodie grab Cindy, get as far away from the blast radiance as possible, and go from there. But I'm open to suggestions.
Also, Elodie, you're welcome to make checks regarding the situation or specific elements of it to get more insight, but that will consume one of your actions.
It's also Schmidt and Quacko are in that area as well.
Fuck. Are you? Or okay.
Yeah, because we
Yeah.
all were just around Mewtwo.
Okay. That's more people we have to move then too.
Mm-hmm. But you know who can move everybody? Or you know what can move everybody all at once? The portal.
We still would have to get everyone through it, but if we're closer together, then that's not as much of a problem. Alternatively to leaving, we could use the portal to just go somewhere else here.
This is also an idea, but
Like,
we're running out of charges, I think.
that is also true. But
Because, like, they're obviously looking for us.
that could be really cool.
So if we leave,
Right,
they
but-
might be like, well, shit. Now we have to go
Or they could
find
just-
them again.
Yeah, or they could just destroy the whole town looking for us.
Right.
It's not doing so hot. The whole town is destroyed. Like how? Like two cannons went off into the town
4
Right.
shots total.
at like the buildings and stuff.
Yeah,
of the town.
targeted at structures. Correct.
So there's not much left. Anyway,
It's already a small town.
the Carpenter house. Forget about it. It will never recover.
Alex Carpenter is dead.
You guys are welcome to also hold actions. If you just want to say, I want to save my turn for X, that's fine. I don't know how that would help you in this situation,
Saving-
but
Is Wide Guard a reaction?
it is.
Okay.
We do have
You only
wide
cover
guard.
so many
We
things.
have sanctuary as well. But honestly, I don't know how much damage these booms do. I don't know if sanctuary is enough. How does wide guard work? Is it like an HP total?
So as a reaction, you may guard your allies from attacks that target multiple allies. On future instances, you may roll a DC 15 to check for sequential success. That's it. It just protects a bunch of people. But we put limiting factors on it before when we had instances. So because like that's a lot, and also like is the coverage good enough? And like you can't guard everyone from an entire blast off of one success, depending on like the power of the beam. Like
well, what was
there's only
the
so much you can do.
what was the last non-attack that you wide guarded? Do you remember?
No.
The cave in.
It was the cave.
The collapse in the cave. Yeah.
So I guess if you want to, calculate approximately this hyper technical artillery blast versus a ceiling full of boulders, the efficacy of wide guard at that point. If we do recall, I did make you do a roll of some sort for the integrity of the wide guard, but you were also, if I remember correctly,
In a
trying-
skill challenge.
yeah, it was a skill challenge, and you were trying to sustain it for a longer time. Also, things to consider: will it just automatically work? Probably not. Will it be like a thing that you would roll for? Probably.
Yeah, and also is everyone in the effective range? Because that's probably not the case. So it's only 40 feet range.
Well,
Eh.
I think we're all within 40 feet of each other.
and it's like me and Cindy are already together, so if everyone just uses their movement to get together, because it's Ellie and Gimli left before it goes off.
Mhm.
And did you use it last turn is also an important
No.
question.
I've never used it.
Great.
in this
Never used
combat,
it.
so- No, never. Not
Never.
even once.
Yeah.
Never
Um,
in this combat. Yeah.
Things to
I
think
wonder
about.
if rolling it like I don't know what kind of like if we'll all be making saves for the blast. Obviously that's up to you, but like if we're making saves for the blast, maybe the wide guard CJ could roll something that like takes that much DC off of the
Maybe, but like,
Like,
what
I'm
are we
just putting that
matrix
out there as
dodging
an
the
option.
blast? Like, it's a big
No,
explosion.
you're wide guarding it.
No, I know,
It's
but like,
a
what did this?
barrier or
But what it
something.
would? Why would you have a save there?
I guess. Okay.
Because it's a giant. It's just a giant. Like you ain't dodging it. Like, especially if you're looking to get a wide guard. It's like, well, I did duck a little too.
Well,
so
considering D&D mechanics, if we think of this kind of force pulse damage as something akin to like Fireball or Thunderwave from D&D 5e,
Like
you would be
Constitution, yeah.
you would be making a save.
okay.
But that's what I was like. That way, it could be something rolled for, but it's more like a roll to see how much is taken off of the like.
Right.
DC to
The thing with
pass,
saves like that
or-
is that like damage will happen. It's just how much, right?
Mhm.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm down for that.
Okay.
That seems like a decent plan for people.
Or you could make it more
I'm-
akin to my thing, where it's like you have like an auto pass, but then if you roll higher than a certain amount, you take no damage or something for a save. Just throwing that out there. Sorry, you can go, Elodie.
I don't remember what I was going to say.
That was the plan to get out. You guys had it. It's gone now. Damn.
Damn, it was right there. We had a new plan.
It was probably just I would be on board for wide guarding. Do you want me to put up a sanctuary in addition to that?
That would probably nullify the damage
Thoughts?
completely. Would that not?
Potentially. I mean, yeah, like if probably, yeah.
Okay, so then after that, what happens?
Well, Sanctuary has
That's what I'm
an
struggling with.
HP. So if the
Right, as
HP
an
is
HP total.
destroyed,
That's not what I'm
we're
asking
okay.
about that. I'm asking what happens after we do this whole protection from a laser.
Right. Like, are we?
And what are we doing after? We can't do like, well, we did it. The laser's blocked. Oh, guys,
We did
back
it.
it up. They're just leaving now.
We didn't laser them.
They lived
Right.
through our strongest laser. Let's not just do
That's
it
true.
again. Let's just leave.
Honestly,
They're the winners,
Yeah.
guys. Like, that's what I'm worried about. Like, they're not going to just go.
Mhm.
okay.
Like
Yeah.
the only way for them to like
Um,
leave is for us not to be here. Because I don't know if we can beat them.
I just don't
I'm
think
starting
that's
to
going to
think that
cause them
too.
to leave. That's what we talked about last time. They're not going
Yeah.
to just go.
But I don't know, can we?
You're-
It'll
Can we
give
do
us
this?
time to figure it out.
Like,
yeah.
our team is tenderized too. You got to be thinking we've gone through a dungeon. We've gone through.
Yeah,
all the
I mean
shit
that's why I
we're
wanted to
on.
leave earlier, but because I knew this would happen. But now we're here.
But we have Gimli now.
Listen,
Do we? Where
I'll
is
go.
he?
I always said I'll go with whatever the team goes with because like I just
Didn't-
vocalize what my rationale is.
Didn't
I
you
would
just
just-
like drop Gimli like right next to us?
Jim Lee is in approximate range. He was dropped next to you, and then Basque Legion began to swim him away. So he's pretty
Oh.
close to the wall that was built by Trevor. He is not on the part of the wall that is being breached. He's on the part of the wall.
Do we still have to fight Basque Legion?
You
Or
KO'd
did
Basque
that-
Legion.
Yeah, we
No.
KO Basque
So
Legion,
we,
yeah.
we,
Yeah, we
knocked
killed
the
him.
Fuck out. Yeah.
Well, you didn't
Gotcha.
kill him, but
I wish.
He's dead.
no, he's not dead. Yeah,
was already
Jim Lee
dead.
is pretty close. He's farther north than anyone else, but he's like he can run to you guys. He's a little injured, and it looks like he doesn't have all of his belongings with him, but he is there.
I mean, at a certain point, we just gotta. Things
No,
are just things.
I have, yeah. Coming to the terms of the fact that as much as I would like to stay and defend this town, like, there's still the giant freaking airships, and what the heck are we going to do about that?
Listen, this is all stuff I said before we started this, and
And
everyone said I
now
was
it's
crazy.
time to go.
No, everyone
This.
said that I was like, oh, that's ridiculous. Why will we not stay? And now everyone's like, I think we should get the fuck out. I'm like, what? I'm sitting here baffled because 2 weeks ago I looked like an asshole.
No, we had to save Gimli. We have
Yeah,
Gimli now. We have
We had to
Mewtwo
save
now.
Gimli.
Mewtwo.
No,
And I
No,
wanted
okay.
to fucking kill
Well, no,
Mewtwo.
no.
and
Okay,
we got
okay.
rid
I
of
want to be
Mewtwo,
mad for a
so I'm
second because I
fine
need
now.
to be. I need to be mad for a second because now that we have Gimli and Mewtwo, fuck the rest of the town, I guess. But that was the argument everyone gave me.
I still
we were
feel shitty about leaving the town. Like,
yes,
you're right.
I know,
But
I felt shitty before.
we're just
Everyone
running low on
made me
resources.
feel like a dog shit for doing it. And then I'm like, okay, cool. And everyone's like, oh yeah, I'm on board. No, that's fine. I still feel guilty, but the only people that actually matter in my circle are fine.
Guys,
So-
we're
You
the
know what?
main characters.
You're right. Fine, we're shitty people. Are
Yeah,
you
I was
happy?
but I got chastised. Like, I can't believe this. Like, oh no, we have to stay. What about Duford? Like, literally, someone said, "What about Duford?" in that instance. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like,
But that
I'm
was
the main
before
character.
they blew up Duford. There's nothing left. The town is in shambles.
there are still people that are fighting, defending a wall that I built to defend this town.
And you built such a good wall. Let's go.
you built such a
Oh
good
my God.
wall.
Dude, that was such a good wall.
Now let's get the fuck out of here.
I just want to acknowledge that I was right. It's fine.
Not saying
All
you're
right,
not
Gim-
right.
Gimli was right.
Thank you.
Gimli
All right,
was right.
vindication.
Let me just say, none of you guys are responsible for the actions of Neo Rocket Galactic. Just for clarity.
Well,
They're big
I
guys.
mean,
Kind of
you
responsible
say
for
that.
bringing him here. Yeah.
You say that.
Not to defend myself again, but also Nolan was here, so they knew we were here. I'm just saying, it wasn't just me. Anyways, so are we in agreement that if we're leaving, we're going to the berry farm, or are there alternative suggestions?
Is that the
How
best
far away
idea?
was Gimli? Because we're taking Gimli with us, right?
Gimli
Right.
is within 30 feet.
Okay, so my question is, do we need to double guard this projectile first, then bail, or do we have the action economy to just bail?
When do the goodies
Oh.
go?
Here is the turn order, starting from where we at, which is Elodie. We have Elodie, Gimli, Baddies, Goodies, Cindy, Schmidt. Elodie.
We gotta protect it.
Okay, so we tank this and then we leave. Is that the idea?
The alternative
Yup.
is scooping up people on when it's not their turn.
If on the goodies
Right, I don't
turn,
think
we
we
can just
can-
everyone involved in this conflict, we can just bail them out.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
all goodies.
that's a good
if
idea.
Everyone,
Yeah.
if Gimli's in range near the wall, everyone involved in this conflict on our side is in range in the wall.
Didn't Wally go
Right,
over the wall?
Right.
Am I misremembering that?
Wally's Gallade is
Wally-
grappling Agron on your side of the wall still, not
Okay.
the other side. So
So
Listen,
we can
we don't
still
care about
look like the
Wally.
good guys at the end of this and run an evac.
Right. And right. Okay. That sounds like a good plan.
But do we
I
need
can-
sanctuary also, or should you hold your action? Or
I
can
can-
you do sanctuary
I can sanctuary, right.
and
I don't
hold
care
your
if I lose
action to
cabbage
Hooperang on the goodies turn, and we just yoink Schmidt?
no, yeah,
'Cause that would give me a
So then
chance
the
to
Hooper
go.
ring will be up until my turn so that people can go through it.
So my next concern
Is the idea.
we all have Pokemon out. Can
Mhm.
we bring our Pokemon with us through the Hooper Ring this time?
Isn't it return just a free action?
return on KO. I guess a
Yeah.
return without a swap we could justify as a bonus action. Alternatively, you could give a command as an action to go through the portal also. And since that's a
I think
generic command, I would allow it to apply to all active Pokemon of that trainer.
My dudes are too big. They're getting put back in the ball.
Yeah. If you're not swapping them, bonus action is fine.
Okay.
Okay.
A swap is what takes a whole turn, 6 seconds.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Done. Got the game plan. Play it out.
Done. Game plan is making an announcement of, hey, Hoopa Portal, go through it to all of the good guys. Would that be like an action or a bonus action or free action?
Isn't talking a free action?
Yeah. Talking, a giving command isn't, and this is where our rules get kind of complicated, so I'm willing to reason with you guys, of course. If you want to announce hey, go through this portal, one,
Right.
you'll probably roll persuasion because people who don't know you are going to need to consider the circumstances.
Right.
Uh,
Understandable.
but what are your other actions? It's Sanctuary. Isn't Sanctuary a free action?
Sanctuary is free, right?
Yeah. And then it was...
And then just opening the Hoopa Portal would be the
Opening-
held action.
Yeah, that is an action for sure. Yeah, to give a general, if it's not a command, if it's an announcement, sure, we'll say it's a free action. That's fine.
Okay. Can I hold opening the Hoopa Portal and then making an announcement to go through it until the goodies turn?
You can make
And
that
then-
announcement literally whenever, but you should for the portal you are holding it for a specific condition.
Right.
Okay.
And then, okay, I still have a bonus action left then.
Ancestral Fey magic.
Ancestral Fey. Before we go, baby. No, I understand that would be a bad idea. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah. Adding randomness
I
to this very, very
fuck
coin tossing
everything
situation
over.
is not
Right.
it.
No. The only
content
thing
and all,
I would think, did I already give a Elodie's party time to Gimli?
Whoever
Give one to Schmidt.
whoever got one
Yeah.
used it. So I don't
Okay,
think
cool.
there are any
Then
active ones.
Okay, I will give one to Gimli then
Okay.
to use with that wide guard if he needs to make rolls with that.
What does that look
And
like?
then I will. That is a D8.
No,
that he can
what
use.
in game is that inspiration
Sorry.
like?
What is that looking like? Good question.
Looking or
I'd
smelling
like to
or sounding?
have Cabbage. Right. I'd like to have Cabbage do it because I think that'd be funny of her than immediately going into Sanctuary. I think maybe she shoots some finger guns at Gimli and says, "You were right."
You can roll for free for Cabbage's intelligibility if you want.
Okay.
Just a straight D20.
17.
Yeah, it's kind of blorble and creamy and fairy sounding, but Gimli gets the vibe. He's like, yeah, definitely was right.
I was right. Yeah.
Thank you, Cabbage.
Yeah. Thank you, Cabbage. And then Cabbage will immediately faint into Sanctuary.
With the finger gun still, I just fall
Yeah.
to the ground.
Hell yeah, that's really great.
And does that cover all of us? The sanctuary.
So what's the range?
It's a 20-foot radius, so 40 feet total.
Yeah, the only one I would be concerned about is Gimli and Schmidt. Although Gimli caught Mewtwo, so no, he walked up. I think it's just, or sorry, Schmidt caught Mewtwo. I think just Gimli is not in there.
And Gimli can enter the sanctuary from the other. No, they
No.
can't enter from the outside.
That's the thing. You can't enter.
He
from the
cannot
outside.
enter.
Gimli is at the wall because Basque Legion carried him there.
So if Gimli is 30 feet from us,
Mm-hmm.
can I move closer that way first and then still cover both Gimli and
Yeah.
Cindy and Gimli?
Yeah, we can retcon for that. That's fine. Just so, yeah. If the intention was that you would be willing to move closer to, in fact, the chaos in the wall, but you were willing to get Gimli in, then yeah, that checks out.
Okay, cool. That will be my turn.
Okay. All of the Packo are now under Sanctuary. Are you sure you're ending your turn? If you end it now, there's no retcons.
Yes.
Okay. Gimli, it is your turn. What are you doing?
Yeah, what am I doing with the rest of my turn, actually? Because I obviously am going to... It's only reaction for wide guard. Can I prepare? Because I guess I'm going to be rolling for it. So, like, can I prepare Lasagna to be, like, get ready to, like, catch this? Be, like, ready for the wide guard? To, like, better my odds? Like, even though it seems, like, really weird since it's a reaction, it's still, like... It's so ambiguous that we're going to be, like, rolling for it that it's like, hey, we're going to have to stop this, buddy. Like, you got to really try here.
No, I like that. I want to... Give me 1 minute to just kind of look at Lasagna's character sheet.
Mm-hmm.
I think what you're trying to do, you're like, one, you're trying to anticipate a reaction, but one of the signature traits of Lasagna is Future Sight, right? Which I think we could use to inform, blocking a hit. So
That's very interesting, yeah.
why? Yeah, so we can just roll the damage of Future Sight for me, and I will apply it in a reasonable way.
I like it. That's fun. It's a cute way to do that. Okay. 34.
Okay, that is a number. Thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
And we will also incorporate that as, the reaction is ready for when this happens, for when the cannon is fired.
Mm-hmm.
That still affords you the majority of your turn.
Yeah, because that's just Lasagna's function.
Correct.
I'm gonna have Trevor as well, like sack more HP to reinforce the wall.
Okay.
How much of it needs to be patched?
There's only one hole.
Right.
It's Agron sized.
Yeah.
So probably about 10 feet, probably the height of the wall, which is what, 10 by 40, we decided, right? Something like that.
Is the height of the wall 40? I thought the width of the wall
The
was
width
40.
is
It was
40.
10 foot
Correct.
high.
Correct.
So it's 10 by 10.
Yes.
That's like 2 HP. Or like 1 HP, actually. It, by multiplying, but I think we probably need to adjust the formula on that one for a little bit.
Yeah.
To make it more fair. But because it's like you take the Yeah, let me read the
Well,
formula again.
all the wall is 5 feet by default. For
Oh, you add it, so it's 2 HP.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty fair, I think.
Yeah. So we'll rebuild the wall. Yeah,
Okay,
we'll rebuild the wall a
fantastic.
little bit for 2 HP. So I'm down to 84.
Okay.
Just to reinforce that. Can I announce that we're going to be opening a portal?
Sure, if you want.
Yeah, it's
Get
like
them
that,
thinking about it
it's
early.
like saves us the pressure. Yeah. It's like, we're gonna have to get out, everyone. We're going to open a portal. They'd be like, what? A portal.
Roll me a con check.
Con check. 19.
Great. The semi-transparent Fey dome that surrounds you makes the sounds from the inside sound a bit underwater. That being said, Gimli's strength of his body and his resonant chamber in his 4'11" frame is enough to provide with decent clarity around 25 feet outside of the bubble for people to understand what he is saying. In addition, you're also going to make that persuasion roll.
More Riz.
To be clear, this is
15.
15. Okay. This is a roll that is targeting not Gimli, because he is your son, but Wally, Delaney, Brawley, and the gym trainer. So they all have considered that against their own individuality to make their decision about what is happening.
Mm-hmm. So we'll see if they come.
Yep.
But we did what we were supposed to do. We're doing our due diligence.
And hopefully the baddies didn't hear it.
It's possible that, sorry, not to bounce off of baddies, but targets other than the ones that I described may have also heard this.
I'd say that was kind of worth because of the bubble. I could see it being a problem when we were looking to make our escape, that Elodie tried to shout out through the bubble that we gotta go. Okay, but that is my turn, for sure. That's pretty much all my actions.
I guess that's that then. Brings us to the baddies. Agron and Gallade are still grappling one another. Agron seems to be winning. Another roll might determine that even further. Absolutely. Yeah. Gallade got a 1 on their grapple. So Gallade gets thrown asunder. Agron throws Gallade to the west, towards the entrance of Granite Cave, where they kind of fall in the sand and collect themselves. They're prone, so they have to spend some time getting back up. Agron moves forward a little bit, and a bunch of Pokemon rush out behind it, and they charge towards the bubble. In fact, a few of these enraged-looking, deformed, not necessarily deformed, but unusual-looking Pokemon with red in their eyes all kind of begin to circle around the bubble.
Isn't the hole patched
What hole?
in the wall?
Oh, apologies. Retcon. That's right. You spent 2 HP to do that. Sure. Yeah. Agron was still on the other side of the wall. He's not going to turn around and smack it, though. He did win the grapple versus Gallade. Apologies. So Agron defeats Gallade in this grapple and turns its attention to the bubble. Does not have the capability to charge towards it right now, but you can see its enraged eyes. And as it gets closer, you see that all the metal plates on it seem to have like expanded in some way, and most of them are serrated or like bladed or spiked. Like a physical change has occurred within Radha's Agron. And additionally, you see Malamar hover all the way over the wall at this point, just really slowly floating. It's really taken its time, but it's made a complete crossover. You can see Pokemon like these enraged ones that NRG has sent. They're trying to get over, and you can see their hands and their faces as they peek over the wall, but they haven't quite made it yet. You think in a few more seconds, maybe some will find their way climbing over it off of each other, right? Making steps or a ladder off of each other's bodies. You don't see any villainous humans at the moment. No NRG admin are seen. And this is when the artillery fires in the spot that it had targeted, which was Mewtwo's little hole where it collapsed after you took off its armor, which is about 5 or 10 feet behind you. It's still targeting that. The pulse will surely still hit the sanctuary bubble where you all currently are. And yeah, there's a bit of a charging sound and then a sound as the projectile shoots out of the artillery towards Sanctuary. What is happening?
Wide guard's happening.
Wide guard's happening. And we have a delightful little 34 multiplier here. So, all these things considered, give me just a roll on Wide Guard and add Lasagna's intelligence and proficiency, please.
And you have an LA party time of 1d8.
That's a dirty 20.
Nice.
I added the D8.
All of this considered, all of the future sight and the preparation, all of that good stuff, in summary, was very successful. as the artillery launches and connects with the crystalline wide guard that Lasagna mentally projects in front of the bubble. You can see as the projectile is stopped and it like vibrates against like the gemstone shaped wall that is holding it taut. And as the force waves pressure the wall, it shatters and cracks and begins to break, and then it explodes. The wide guard breaks off, and the projectile itself, this relatively small, it's not a bullet, but it's like a cannon shell maybe, but it seems smaller compared to the devastation that it's dealing. It does connect with Sanctuary, and it deals a whole 40 points of damage of just pure impact, and then it bounces off and falls into the sand without exploding. So a serious amount of damage has been mitigated, and no one inside the bubble is required to make any sort of save. You can see as the explosion knocks a bunch of Pokemon that were trying to climb over the wall back onto the ground. It does not phase Aggron whatsoever. And apologies, Brawly gets knocked over, but he is not hurt.
Let's go.
Just all of the pressure in the air caused him to slip. Delaney and the trainer and Wally and anyone else who happens to be in range is fine. So all in all, successful. That being said, Wide Guard becomes less reliable on consecutive uses. That's it for the baddies. All of the cannons kind of readjust their aim. One of them stays centered on the lot of you in the bubble. However, that is not the main one that just fired at you. That one directs its attention to somewhere behind you in Dewford Town in the south. And then the one that is furthest to the east, floating over the water, targets the Sanctuary bubble. And the other one targets into Dewford Town. That will be it for the baddies. The Mons that are behind the wall are doing an undisclosed currently amount of damage to... I should calc it. The westernmost 20 feet of the wall. And how much HP per square again?
I thought it was 80 per, was it 10 foot cube or 5 foot
Total
cube?
HP spent will be added to the structure. So I think I spent 70 HP, and that was like the wall itself. Yeah, I did. I spent 70 HP.
That checks out.
And that was the HP of the wall. Yeah.
Okay. The reinforced area that Aggron broke through takes some damage, but it is fine. The area where Gimli was standing after Basculegion picked him up does get broken as a powerful, evil-eyed, panda-looking Pokemon punches through it and walks towards you all. That will be it for the baddies. For the goodies, I would like every Packo member to roll a d20. We are trying to accumulate a high number. No bonuses or anything.
10.
Okay.
7.
18.
Okay.
Thank you.
10.
Okay. Nothing in particular happens. But with moments passing, something goody related, if you're willing to wait long enough, is really the question, may occur.
Fuck no.
Wally gets Gallade to stand up, and Gallade charges back at Aggron, not for a grapple, but more of just an attack, trying to smack it. It does break the armor class nice, dealing an amount of damage. Aggron seems slightly bothered, but also knows that it can scrap with this Gallade once again.
Are we opening the portal now?
Wasn't that the plan?
It's the goodies, yeah. But like Wally's taking actions. That's why I'm like, is he not sold?
He also can't get in. We're in a bubble.
You see, I did an oopsie boopsie, which is that we're in a bubble and now they can't get in.
Can you not revive your homie? No.
I can, but I think I have to wait until my turn to do that because I made an oopsie boopsie.
You have the space to make the portal in Sanctuary. We haven't.
I can make it in Sanctuary.
The only one who doesn't get the ability to see it is Wally, right?
Well, it depends on who you care about, but yes.
Well, no, everyone else is
not in the bubble either, right?
No, he is.
Gimli's in the bubble.
Everyone but Wally.
Gimli's in the bubble.
The police aren't in the bubble.
No, I think it's just us and Gimli are in the bubble.
Just us and Gimli, right?
And the bubble will remain in this location until Cabbage is revived.
Or the damage has
break
been
it.
done to it.
Correct.
Which 40 damage has been done to it. Right?
Correct. Yes.
Right. She's got plenty left. Hee.
Do you want to use this held action that you were saving for this turn?
Yeah, I'll still open it up.
Okay. As usual, this requires 2 different rolls. One is a dex roll, one is a straight d20.
All right. 15 for the dex roll.
Okay.
1.
Very good. Yeah, the Hoopa portal opens within the sanctuary. Ellie gives it a little toss, and you were targeting the berry farm, correct?
Correct. Nobody told me anything else, so yes.
Okay. Within your vision, you can see between Lily Cove and Fort Tree and Mauville City, right in the crux of those three beautiful towns, is Cindy's grandparents' berry farm, aka your stronghold. You can see out in the distance behind a fence the 3 leaves of an oddish carrying a watering can around, tending to the crops. And it is so close to reality for all of you. You do notice that this Hoopa portal, the purple portal, like it's purple on the interior, kind of shimmery, and then the golden ring outside of it, there it is sparking with little purple bolts towards the inside and the outside of the golden ring. Something seems unstable.
All right,
Fun.
We gotta
turn your mons. We're going. We're committed.
Yes. As I open this portal, I will say, get in there. I will close the sanctuary as soon as I am able.
Are you shouting this outside of Sanctuary?
Yes.
Okay, roll a con.
Yes. Da, da, da. 6.
Outside of the bubble, probably not going to understand you very well. But you made an attempt.
I did try.
Okay. The bubble is here. I guess we're kind of going to roll through everyone's turns. It's still the goodie's turn, so Gimli is going to use his movement to enter the portal unless anyone stops him.
Nope, go for it.
Okay.
Yep.
Gimli will be the first one through. He has to kind of, because of the way that the bubble is shaped, he has to kneel down like a little bit. He has to hunch over, and he sticks a foot through, and he finds his way through the portal, and he turns around, and he looks like kind of surprised and amazed, and he kind of beckons for everyone else to follow. There's going to be some actions from the other trainers that are goodies that are somewhat obfuscated, so I'm just going to roll for them really quick. Okay, and with all of that, it's Cindy's turn.
I'm gonna return Cookie and Soli. I think those were the only mons I had out.
Sure.
And that's a bonus action.
Yep.
So I'll do that, and then I guess go through the portal, because I'm trying to think Elodie will be done by the time everyone else, like before the baddies go again.
Correct.
Okay. Assuming the portal can last this long, but yeah.
Correct.
It's just me stuck here. Like everybody else gets through. I'm like, oh fuck.
Yikes.
I just want to at least, I don't know if I can help anything before I go through the portal.
I would just go, dude. The longer you
Okay.
wait, the worse it is.
No,
'cause it's
I
okay
know.
when-
Yeah.
Okay.
Go.
I'm hopping through.
Cindy makes it through to her grandparents' berry farm and joins Gimli as they turn around and look through the portal and look into Sanctuary on the wrecked beach of Duford Town. Anything else for Cindy?
Nope, I think that's it.
Schmidt, it's back to the top of initiative.
Yep. Returning everybody. I'm tucking Quacko under my arm and I'm hopping through the portal.
Schmidt also makes his escape. He goes through cleanly, even though the Hoopa ring is vibrating and sparking. Turns around and sees Elodie and Gimli still in the Hoopa portal. Anything else for Schmidt?
No.
Okay. Quick turns. This brings us to Elodie. It's your turn. What are you doing?
Cool. I will use a revive
Okay.
on Cabbage
Okay.
to get rid of Sanctuary.
You do that. Cabbage is revived. We haven't discussed how item usage works inside or outside of Pokeballs, but like, do you administer this while she is in your Pokeball, or is it administered while she is out and about in the ground?
Yeah, I'd like to think I kept her out because I knew I'd have to revive her.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. Yeah. You administer the revive. Is it max revive or regular revive?
I'll just do a regular one.
Okay. You do have to roll for that or just take half HP.
I'll just take half.
Okay.
Yeah, we gotta go.
We
There's like a
Sitting here
timer
doing math.
going, but yeah.
Yeah, turns are just
It's
6
just-
seconds, regardless of what
Right.
things that
I
we do
know,
in
but
them.
like
The feeling.
ideally
You
it won't
gotta
matter how
go.
much HP she
Gotta go.
has.
Yeah.
So I'm good with half. As Sanctuary comes down, does anybody outside of it do anything?
Give me a little perception.
A little bit of perception out here.
They knew about the portal vaguely, so
16.
That's a pretty good roll. One of the things that you see is a little out in the distance, not in the range of fire or anything, but you notice the unforgettable figure of Omari the Ruin Maniac. He is standing out there with his trapinch, and he looks angry. He looks like someone's kind of stepping on his home turf, and it seems maybe Omari is going to be entering this battle at some point.
Oh no!
Omari
Oh good
Chapich,
lord!
baby.
Oh fuck!
He's willing to defend his home. That is for
All
sure.
right.
All right, Gimli and I are
Duford's in
staying.
good hands.
What?
Duford's in
No.
good hands. We can go.
Yeah, homie's gonna take out the whole
Duford's in
thing.
good
The
hands.
campaign's over. Like he's got it. He's gonna solve all of our
Alternatively,
problems.
you see a familiar NPC who is actually retreating. They are running to the yard. It seems that a few of the boats that are parked in the shipyard have been obliterated. There are a few that are still standing. One of the ones that is still standing is, in fact, D's Nuts. It is still in port. D's Nuts is currently still participating in being a boat, which is good. But
We'll
this
go back
individual
and get
who's
these
running
nuts
towards these
later.
boats is none other than Clementine Sawyer. He has a shuckle tucked under his arm, and he is trying to run
Liz.
away.
Oh fuck.
Let's see.
That's Liz too.
See.
Like that's Liz.
That's Liz.
But he does have Liz's Pokeball, like for a temporary loan, right?
Yeah.
So he
Yeah.
could return Liz and keep
Yes.
her.
You know how
safe.
you have Trubbish? It's the same thing with Liz for Clementine Sawyer.
Trubbish destroys. Honestly, here.
Yeah.
Okay, but
Hasn't it been like 2 days? Why is Clementine Sawyer still here?
He was hanging out. Last time
we
you
still
saw him,
needed
he
to
was
make a decision about our legal stuff.
Yeah, the last time that you saw him, he was sitting on the beach with a cocktail with
He was just
Liz.
vibing.
So he was on
Yeah,
vacation.
it was
more or
before we
less.
were splunking. Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Before
used our
we-
legal case as an excuse for a mini vacation.
I go to for that, honestly.
It's fine. He's
I-
taking such good care of
Yeah, I
us.
think you shouldn't worry about your like Jotodian legal troubles in this current affair. He's like, homie needs to be working on my case, even though the courts are held up and they're not doing anything anyway.
I just don't want him to die.
no, yeah, I think that's kind of the concern here. Is we've brought like
Sure,
now all of our
But I
favorite
feel like if we
NPCs
save the
here.
world, we might be able to get a different lawyer.
But we like this one.
I
And
like
he
him a
has
lot. Yeah,
Liz.
I love lawyer Doug Dibadome with my shuckle. Okay, I get it, but like,
You see
Okay.
two more people. If you look to your right over to where Gallade was thrown after the grapple from the
Mhm.
forest, you see a
Mhm.
figure that you haven't seen for a while. You see the frame and outfit of the individual who, on Cycling Road, told you to jump off the bridge and jump through a portal.
Oh.
You're kidding.
They're wearing a full black bodysuit, like mesh, all covered up. You can't see their face. And they are there, and they are standing still, and they are looking at you. They are probably about 45 or 50 feet away. The
No.
last person you see is someone you've never seen before. A young woman, probably like 19 years old, has purple hair, dark olive skin, has a Pokeball on her belt, and she is just charging towards the portal as fast as she can.
Is that Semele?
No, I think I know who it is.
that's
Am I allowed to guess? It's an out of character guess.
Go for it.
Iris.
Okay.
That's my guess. Stating now.
What is
Anyways.
the person wearing?
Okay, yeah.
Uh,
what is she wearing?
I
Oh
can
my
tell
god,
you.
what's the fit?
There, you can't make out all the details of all the people around you in this chaos, but since this person is charging towards your location, you do kind of see.
Well, because like if it's an
Um,
NRG uniform, we got to get the fuck out.
No, it's not NRG uniform. They are wearing sneakers, like training prep sneakers. They are wearing a black skirt and a white top, and their hair is down and kind of blowing in the wind. And she is wearing a kind of red and yellow stylized jacket that is flapping behind her.
I'm just saying, black and white.
Okay.
Anyways, yeah. See the why I asked is because now I don't know if I should hold going through and closing the portal until the goodie's turn, which is after the baddie's turn.
I still have to go, dude.
I know you still have to go,
I was like,
so like
it's
I'm
what do
holding
we
for
do?
you no matter what. I'm just wondering
Okay.
if I should hold until the goodies.
I just want to make sure I was remembering.
No, you're fine.
I
I'm
thought you were
holding
just
for you. Don't
hopping through
worry.
and be like, bye, bitch.
No.
We
Bye,
are
Gimli. I don't care.
still we are still in range to get hit again by
But they didn't.
the blast. The other cannon that didn't
Yeah,
fire.
something armed, dude.
Oh shit!
Right, the other
Fuck.
cannon that didn't fire aimed at us. Right, I'm reading that correctly, Rich.
Oh.
Make a intelligence roll.
Okay.
Oof.
9.
That's fine. I regret asking for that roll anyways, because it doesn't really make sense. Truthfully, I neglected to mention the other shots that were fired last turn that went towards the town.
Oh, okay.
Just because they weren't focused, they weren't central on the Packo's mind because they were being blasted at. No.
Okay, so we have a turn
it's
of
a full
baddies
recharge
not blasting.
Right. Okay.
Correct.
That's what I thought.
Blasting,
There's Mons
yes,
forming,
but Mons charging,
But-
no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's mons
Right.
forming. They're going to
That's
enter the
the
portal.
problem.
If we leave it open, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
You
the
might want to hold
issue
your
that I'm
jump
grappling
through
with.
until after Gimli goes and just...
Leave the people that we told we'd be opening the portal for.
They weren't fast enough.
Also, sorry, for the
They
record,
weren't fast enough.
for the record, it seems that Wally isn't interested in the portal.
That's fine. That's Wally's decision.
Just close it.
After Gimli.
Okay, I
After Gimli, yeah.
will hold my action of going through the portal until after Gimli goes through the portal.
Okay.
But I will recall Aubergine in the meantime. If I
You-
can? Can I?
Yeah.
Or-
If you're not making a swap, yeah, you can do a recall. That's fine.
Also, does Lasagna still have a psychic ball of the remnants of the...
Yeah, we forgot to cover that. That's true. Yeah, Lasagna has been floating in front of it a ball of the remnants of the armor. I guess we should kind of cover that. Before you recalled Lasagna, did you like scoop him up, Gimli, maybe?
I didn't recall anything yet.
Oh, that's right. You hadn't.
On
Never
my
mind.
turn. Yeah.
Yeah, just kidding. Lasagna still has that. We'll say it's
Okay.
concentration related.
Dope.
Anything
That's
else?
I just wanted to make sure that was also a component. Going
Yes.
into
No,
Gimli going
apologies.
into the portal.
I did not describe that, but it is still happening. Anything else for Elodie?
No, that'll be it.
Cabbage is revived. You could pop ancestral fey magic.
That's what I'm thinking. Well, no, not
Oh, no.
not an ancestral fey magic.
Stop,
No.
stop. Veto. No. Not fun. Only bad. No.
Okay, great. That's it for Elodie then. Gimli, it is your turn.
So I'm going to have Lasagna take the ball of psychic armor stuff and put that through the portal.
Okay.
Then I'm going to recall everybody that's Trevor and Lasagna and then go through the portal myself.
Okay, and you're carrying all the armor and stuff?
No, I pushed the armor through
Oh,
the portal first.
got
as
it.
Psychic ball. Yeah. Then dropped it off
Yeah.
in there. Before
It kind of just clunks to the ground in a pile.
Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah.
And Gimli goes through.
Sweet.
I guess that brings us to the baddies then.
Elodie's held action.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, I shalt go through the portal.
Okay.
Pop ancestral fey magic outside the portal and then just jump through the portal and not know what it does.
It's a nuke.
Actually, kind of hilarious.
Actually,
That's
kind of murder.
really funny. That's actually, I could kill many people.
As you step
You don't have
through,
to do that.
and seemingly the portal will close as it usually does when you step through, unless you it typically closes behind you. One more perception, please.
Gotcha. I love these.
Oh my god, who's like swan diving through the closing portal and getting through at the last second?
I really hope it's the super extra person.
Yeah, you want
I
Iris
don't
to
know if
get
I
through the
will
portal.
know that information. 8.
Okay. That is not enough for some elements of this scene, but it is enough for the most obvious elements of this scene. Elodie, you join the rest of the party at the berry farm, and you see when you would expect the ring to usually close back around your hand as you exit. It does not do so. It continues to spark and crackle, and it gradually shrinks this time. It gets smaller and smaller. As it was before, 2 entities were charging the location of the portal. An unknown woman and Agron. As the portal shrinks, it's like you are seeing through glasses with lenses that are all messed up, because you can see both the front and the back of the portal as it is in Duford Town, as you're standing at the berry farm. And you can see as both Agron and the girl reach to enter the portal as it is shrinking, and the portal collapses itself in like a 2-dimensional way, where on one end of the portal, the one opposite where you are standing, you see the girl's arm. And on the end opposite of where you are, you see one of Agron's horns pointing directly to the Packo. And it seems that the ring is shrinking, but it won't shrink past these 2 entities. We're going to keep initiative as you're at the berry farm, as
my
a
goodness.
ring has closed around what it looks silly, because if you look at it from the side, it's like a metal serrated horn of this hyped up Agron and then a woman's hand. They're in the same location and they're like connected back to back from what you can see, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to pull the girl through and push Agron back.
I'd rather push the girl
What if?
back.
What if
Because if
we
that is
kidnap
Iris,
the
then that's
Agron?
the.
But he'll attack us.
Yeah,
That's
what?
fine.
Just
We
cut
can
off its
take
horn.
him.
We could take the giant serrated Agron.
We can just cut off its horn.
I don't know how you intend to do that, but power to you.
We got fire. We got tools. We're back at the berry farm. We could find some shit.
It seemed that the portal is somewhat stuck in a way.
Whose turn is it?
I
I guess that was the baddies and the goodies' turn,
Yeah,
right?
I guess in the environment that you are, here's what we can do. Two different options. We can stay in initiative, or we can set a timer for 5 minutes. Which do you prefer?
I prefer initiative.
Yeah, I'm
Which
fine
would
with
make
Yeah.
it, if that was the goodies and the baddies' turn.
It was because they're side by side. They
And
actually
it's
rolled
my
the same.
turn.
Yeah. So Cindy, it's you.
Nope. Friendship. I want to grab the girl's arm and pull her through.
Okay, give me a strength check.
And Cindy's strength is -1, so that's an 8.
Cindy goes over to tug on this stranger's arm. You can feel like, you don't see any person connected to it, and you can't hear anything either. But you pull on it, you can feel kind of their muscles react like they're surprised in a way. But they're not resisting the pull, but they also are not being pulled strong enough. If you don't have any Pokemon out, that's kind of the only action you can do. You can take bonus actions and reactions, but I don't know what you're reacting to.
I can't let a Pokemon out
You can.
and then not attack this turn. Okay.
Correct. You can do that.
What type is Agron? What is it weak to?
Steel.
Steel Rock.
It resists like everything.
Okay, so fire is just neutral
Correct.
at it.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless it somehow became Mega. And then lost
Pure
its rock
steel,
typing.
baby.
But then doesn't it also get an ability that
Yeah,
makes it
filter.
doesn't
Yeah.
get filter?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it gets filtered too. Yes.
Well, I'll let Soli out just that way she's ready.
Okay. You let Soli out. She is pleased to be at your grandparents' house. It is familiar. That is it for Cindy. Schmidt, it's your turn in initiative. Very different scene than last turn. What are you doing?
I don't know what the fuck to do.
That is
Just
fine.
go pure anime friendship. We're all doing tug of war onto Iris's arm and pulling her through.
I pull out omelet and use metronome.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Is there a target, or you're just doing it?
I can't do it. I don't have the turn economy.
Yeah,
Oh.
they actually can't do that.
If you sent
if
out
you
omelet,
let them out
yeah.
and attack, yeah.
If that's all you
just
did, you
couldn't
could
do
it.
anything else.
Correct.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm not
Okay.
using my turn to just use metronome.
Be pretty cool if you did.
But you could do that.
But yeah, go on. You're welcome to make checks as well.
Yeah, can I maybe insight this portal situation? See if
Yeah.
I can wean any more information.
Absolutely.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20, pretty nice. You can tell what everyone was assuming. Over the course of the usage of this thing, it became more and more brittle. And I will disclose to the players at this point that the secondary role was its durability. The first role was the dex, making sure you threw it correctly. The other role was how much this would affect the HP of this magical item. It is clear that this is spent, and that when this portal closes, it will no longer exist. What else were you trying to glean about it, about the situation?
With my 20,
Yeah. Dirty
could
20,
I tell?
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could I tell if I break the portal, what would happen to this arm and this horn?
Off of that,
Yeah.
it's tricky because you don't necessarily know the elements of this portal or how it works. I'd probably request a different role being Arcana, actually.
Okay.
I can let you do that for free if you want to just do that in one action. I don't mind.
Oh, that is a 6.
Okay. You have 3 options that you can tell. If you force the portal to end early somehow, 1, these appendages are severed. 2, nothing happens and it just stays that way forever. Or 3, both of these entities trying to come through succeed.
None of those are really ideal. We're guessing the girl was Iris, right? And if that is champion
Oh, yeah.
Iris, wouldn't they be better on the battlefield than here at the farm?
They wanted to get to us for a reason.
Like theoretically, we offered you can come through the portal.
This is true.
I'm trying to live we gotta keep our end of the bargain, Some of the schmucks didn't make it, but Iris is not a schmuck.
Should I know who Iris is?
Nope.
None of the
Okay.
Packo would inherently know
Okay.
if that is who this person is.
If it's Emily, I'm gonna punch her in the face.
I have an idea.
Okay.
Can I bring out Diana and hydro pump the Agron horn
Yeah, absolutely.
to push it back?
Definitely can. That would be, well, you did make the check on the rain. Am I willing to be flexible on that? I don't know. Sending out Diana would be an action.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so I could probably just send out Diana and then just wait.
I'm a big no but kind of DM, like no, but you can do this. But in this situation, I don't know what to tell you besides. You can send out
No
Diana.
buts.
I bring out Gyarados,
Okay.
and that's it.
Diana the Gyarados arrives and awaits a command at the next 6-second block. Elodie, it's you.
Huzzah! I will send out the lovely, the beautiful, the shiny grape juice.
Ooh, Grape Juice the Swampert arrives and goes "Wah!" as it lets out a big yawn. It is very happy to be at a place that is not where you've been for the past few days.
I can only imagine.
Yeah.
I will then instruct grape juice to help Cindy pulling said person out of the portal.
Okay. Does Grape Juice like grab on a different spot on the arm, or does Grape Juice grab Cindy?
I'll say a different spot on the arm.
Okay. Make a strength athletics if you have it.
I do. Ha 18.
18 is sufficient. Grape Juice the Swampert uses its fingered hands. They're a little slimy, but they have a good grip regardless, to grab this strange person's arm and pulls them through the portal. One more LED perception, please.
I love rolling perception.
I know there's been a lot of these, but one more.
7.
7. So as this person gets through the portal, and the portal slowly like continues to shrink, a sound emerges from the portal. It's a familiar voice saying 3 words followed by more words, but you can't tell what the rest of the words are. But the first 3 words are, "Oh my God." And then the portal closes. On that side.
No, Sarah.
What is funny is that, like, if you turned to the back of the Agron horn, depending on how the horn is positioned, it would look like nothing's there. But the Agron horn is still sticking out of the portal through the one side. Interestingly enough, it appears that one side is just closed and it's just invisible to the world. Hoopa magic. How does it work? This woman is pulled out and she readies herself. She kind of starts to stand up. She looks around, confused, but also looks relieved. I think we will probably just save dialogue for the goodie's turn, technically. Although if you want to ask her something real quick, you're more than welcome to, as part of your turn.
Homegirl, you best back up, because I'm about to hydro pump the fuck out of that spot.
She looks startled and confused, and then like peeks around and sees the Agron horn, and she gives a nod and does the anime kind of thing.
Who are you?
Who are you?
Yeah, this
And I'm so sorry.
this 5'6" average build woman with purple hair and dark olive skin looks around and she says, "My name is Faye. I was on a trip with a friend from my sorority, and things started to get really bad. And I was looking out the window trying to get to a boat, and I heard someone say something about an escape. So I just thought, I'd rather be anywhere but here. So I charged forward."
Oh my fucking God.
She's a normie?
We saved Sarah's friend?
That's
But
really
not
good.
Sorority
Sarah?
sister.
Oh,
Her
that's
sorority
fine.
sister. Important distinction. They're
Honestly,
not just
I get
friends, they're
that.
sisters.
That's fine.
She does have
Eric
on
is
her one premier ball, which she is kind of clutching, not in a scared way, but like in a, right, I have this still kind of way.
That's so funny, actually. That it's just like some fucking normie. It's not just like some crazy high level
Right.
person. It's just a person.
Yeah. It's
I
just
love
some
it, actually.
lady.
It's kind of great.
Yeah.
I think
It's
we
perfect.
should've pushed her back through like I initially
We were like,
said.
guys, we just like pulled Iris through the portal. It's so crazy. It's like, nah, it's some chick.
You know what? Maybe it is better that she's here. I don't know if she'd be helping the battlefield.
Her name is Faye, and you would assume that she's from Unova, based on her accent and her association with Sarah.
Are we just okay? All right. No. I'm not saying any more crazy predictions because I was wrong. But it would be really funny if my next prediction was right.
Save it
But
for
I'm
the
keeping it
post
to
show.
myself.
Yeah.
I'm
She,
saving it for the post show.
She is kind of in a thing. You can tell from her face, 1, she's relieved to be out of the situation. 2, like she doesn't know where she is or who you guys are. And she's kind of finally, now that she's through the portal, is slowly, her face is coming to terms with the fact that she's made a brash decision that she just does not know the consequences of. She does not know where she is right now. Anyways, it is Gimli's turn.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, we're still in initiative order.
Yep.
Are we still keeping that order? So we're not out?
Yeah, we're gonna say
The
that you're
horn
still
is
in
still
it.
here.
The horn is like
The horn's still there.
the horn
Are
is
we in
kind of a
combat with
threat.
the horn?
If you walked up to the horn, it could stab you. It is still in combat.
Are we in combat with the horn?
Is the horn gonna move?
Yeah, it's
I'm
wriggling
gonna
around.
push it through with the fucking hydro pump.
I mean, I guess.
Or Agron's gonna try to push through.
Also, there are things happening in Duford Town that I kind of want to keep in initiative order until you guys are actually out.
All right, I guess
Sarah's
I'll.
gonna die, guys.
That's fine.
Don't remind me.
Was that your prediction?
No,
so wait,
no.
So
it
we
wasn't.
only
But
saw
also,
the
I do
hooded
believe
figure and the purple hair girl before we went in
No,
the
no,
portal.
this is that's another prediction. Fuck, dude.
You saw
Sarah the hooded
Person in the
figure?
fucking. I'm saying like what if? Like how crazy would that be?
All right.
Okay.
Well, what am I going to contribute to the situation? I guess because I guess the
You're gonna
goal
push.
is to stop this horn, huh?
Yeah,
Who do I
Or
have?
do we want to kidnap and hold Agron hostage?
I think it would kill
I'm
us.
team kidnap.
Yeah, the Agron would like
No.
murder train us, dude.
No.
We're all kind of tender.
No.
NRG says,
Yeah.
"Give us one of your members' strongest
No.
Pokemon," and the Packo
And
says,
then we take two of
"Give us
theirs.
one
Yeah.
of your members' strongest
no,
Pokemon."
reverse.
Yeah, fucking get them. There you
I
go.
mean, I wrote an Agron. It's the same thing.
You-
Literally.
okay.
Just
You
Cindy,
ride-
get up on there.
I need to know that everyone. I'm doing air quotes. Riding the Agron. It was not like riding it. Okay, you got nearly crushed to death. Guys, I wrote an Agron. It's fine. Did you? Did you though? I feel like we're remembering it different.
Cindy looked super cool for 5 seconds.
That's true. And then almost
I
died
feel like
instantly.
it was possibly
No,
less
it was
than
within
that.
the same 6-second time frame, so it wasn't 5 seconds. Like you attempted and then immediately fell off, so it was within that bracket time frame. Very funny, but definitely remember it differently.
I just want the chat to know that I rolled metronome anyways, just for funnies.
This
and I got
doesn't
defend
count.
order.
Defend order.
Yeah.
So if you were to have rolled that, then you would have summoned a bunch of bees.
Oh, that would have been fucking sick.
Bees! Save us, bees! Bees, save us!
Well, they're not attack orders, so they would just be defending you.
Defensive bees, of course.
Bees.
That would have been so helpful for the black.
That's true.
Yeah, the bees would have just fucking crumbled.
Defense is defense.
I have nothing to contribute to this pushback without weakening our water attacks, so I don't think I should.
Do you want to hold your action just in case?
Yeah, I'll do that. That makes the most sense.
Do you with holding actions you need a trigger? What is your trigger?
That's so true. I literally don't know how to contribute to the situation because I was originally going to pull the girl through, but we already took care of that.
Mhm.
So, because my action was originally going to be, let's bring out Toidle, but then drought kicks in, and that weakens all the hydro pumps that
Mhm.
everybody wants to do. So
Sure.
I don't want to do that.
I mean, you could let out another Pokemon that might be helpful with either the pushback or pull through.
I don't have one because everything
can't
I
psychic
use resists
the-
it.
You can't psychically push the horn back.
Yes,
with,
but yeah, it's all resisted, so it's like an Agron's a monster, so like resisted is not effective like whatsoever. Because yeah, who I have Lasagna, I have Bean. I guess Bean does neutral damage with a Shadow Bone. Just gonna Shadow Bonk him into oblivion, I guess.
That'd be funny.
Yeah, I'll bring Bean out. It's like Bean, get ready to Shadow Bonk.
Is that what you say?
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, this is like this strange woman Faye's first impression of everyone, and seeing this eldritch horror of a cousin of Pupitar emerge is quite concerning, and uses Shadow Bone on the Agron horn in attempts to push it back. Correct?
Yes.
Okay, I would be willing to let you substitute damage for perhaps more of an effect of pushing, if that is what your goal is.
Yeah, sounds great.
Okay, still roll Shadowbone, and I will just convert it.
Do I have to roll the hit? You want that first?
No, I don't think you do.
Okay. Cool.
I think you technically have an advantage because Aggron doesn't see you, so I'll just let you hit it.
25 damage.
Okay. Yeah, the horn. There's clearly a massive weight behind this.
There is a text to it.
What does it say? Oh, reducing AC.
So it actually natural 18 or higher lowers AC. So should I roll for that?
If you want to deal damage, but if you're just trying to push, I will let you flavor it so you get more push.
Yeah, no, I just want to push. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. How does Bean Shadow
I have
Bone?
bone mittens. I forgot. Bean wears bone mittens for damage.
Bean does wear bone mittens, but Bean is a husk. How does that look? Can you describe it?
So imagine these haunting abyssal hands.
Yeah.
They're coming out of them. Yeah. And there's just there's little mittens at the end of the fucking shadow hands.
Are they like
the
cute
like
little
shadowy
like
tendrils,
colorful mittens?
Yeah, they're just like little adorable mittens because they're from when he was a tiny larvitar.
Yeah, they were from the Red
Learning. He just wears them at the end. It's like the Flying Dutchman putting a little sock on his tail.
Yeah,
like it's the same energy.
Great, and the bone is made of spectral energy, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
So he doesn't need them.
No, but it's comfortable, right? It's just what he's used to. It's a child comfort.
Because he ate the original club, right? The club is a part of him.
Yeah, at this point, yeah.
He just eats bones.
Yep.
God, he's terrifying.
Yeah, being the floating, ghostly cousin of Pupitar, smacks into Aggron's horn and does push it back. And like obviously it's conical and it goes from thick to thin. As the horn gets pushed into the portal slightly, probably like 4 inches, the golden ring that is crackling and sparkling around the horn shrinks smaller.
Yeah.
Anything else for Gimli? I guess that's it. That's your send out and your action.
That's the whole thing. Yeah.
Okay. Baddies. Stuff is happening that you don't know about. And Aggron is going to try to get through, at least. That was a very good roll. Aggron is going to push with all of its enhanced strength, and the ring begins to expand outward again, and more crackling and sparks all over the place. It's like very unstable appearing. And Aggron manages to push out its entire head and one of its hands, and it is thrashing about, but it has not found its way all the way through the portal. It is roaring at you, and it is terrifying. That is what happens, that you can see. The goodie's turn. I guess this is kind of Faye's turn. Yeah, Faye will pitch in. Why not? Faye sees what's going on and sees the Aggron, and she, unlike Sarah, might have a little bit of good conscience about her. She sends out her Premier Ball, and out comes a Pokemon that gives you similar energy as the crackling portal. It seems like a strange Pokemon that is not fully natural and is perhaps corrupt, or something is amiss about it. It looks vaguely like a duck. It is primarily blue and red in color with crazy yellow eyes, and it is twitching as it floats in the air. Faye sends out this Pokemon and gives one simple command, Hyper Beam, and fires off a Hyper Beam at Aggron. It is resisted, but the intention is just to push. Yeah, as this strange cybernetic duck channels a force at the front of its bill, I suppose, and blasts out an intense beam of powerful energy, and in an attempt to push Aggron back, it does okay. Aggron's left hand gets pushed back into the portal as it lets out another roar. It seems like it did not take much damage, but it was forced back a little bit. Faye looks around with a confused smile and says, "We got this." And that is her turn for the goodies. Goodies are doing stuff in Doofer Town. It is now Cindy's turn.
Solely is going to... Solar Beam needs to charge.
Mm-hmm. If only Toidle was here. No, it's fine.
We can flamethrower, though.
Sure.
So, yeah, I'll save it.
Okay.
I just want to know the exact effects of drought. Is it like weakening damage? Because Hydro Pump has a passive of blasting them 15 feet.
If you want
I could give or take the damage.
Yeah, if you want to flavor the blast as just movement, like we mostly have been, I don't think Sun would affect that in a major way.
It's already past.
It's past Toidle time, so Toidle, yeah, it's fine.
Or do we risk it for the biscuit and have Soli use Dark Pulse?
You've got fucking Dark Pulse?
Yeah.
How long have you had fucking Dark Pulse?
Most of the game, I think. It was like the first coverage move. Yeah.
There were actually like so many times you should have used that, and I didn't know you had it. I thought you had all. I thought you were in gaming it up and had 4 or 5 fire moves.
Yeah.
I have currently Soli's move library is Flamethrower, Solar Beam, Baby Doll Eyes, Dark Pulse, and Overheat. Because I have
you have Solar Beam?
Solar Beam's brand new.
Yeah.
It's brand new.
Solar Beam's brand new.
Okay.
But Dark Pulse has been around since like episode 26 or something. I don't know.
We're just saying episodes from the 20th at this point.
We're just. I'm just throwing it out there. I have no fucking idea.
That was also from episode 24.
Yeah, actually, you're right.
Everything actually in this campaign happened in episode 24.
24.
That's really true. Yeah.
There was no other episodes. We went from 24 to like whatever the hell we're on.
Well, so with Dark Pulse, on
Yeah.
a natural attack of 20 or greater, the target flinches.
That's true.
So if I get really lucky, we could do a little flinchy guy, which would help us a lot because then it can't like try to push through more.
That
It
is
would just
true.
be pushed back.
That is true.
So
And I can't,
flame
in my
thrower
mind,
or
figure
dark
out a way for Flamethrower to be flavored as a push. I don't
It
see
is
it.
just damage,
Yeah.
yeah. Unless he's like, "Ow, that hurts. Get me out of here."
Yeah, I guess.
I think he's
Yeah.
beyond that.
I mean, crisp his face off though. Like
Yeah.
Jesus.
That's true. Up to you. What does Cindy want to do?
Since for the most part we're safe for now. Like we are safer than we were
That is true.
12 seconds ago.
You don't have artillery blasting at you.
So I think I'll use Dark Pulse because if it doesn't flinch, it does a little bit of damage and is what it is.
Okay. Roll to hit.
19. Not a natural 19, so it does not flinch.
Not only does it not flinch, but that actually doesn't break the armor class of this guy either. It just kind
Well,
of.
damn.
He
So-
is Agron.
Yeah.
Bum, 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 bum,
And he
bum.
seems like a supercharged one at that. So effectively does nothing. I apologize.
Okay.
Anything else for Cindy?
I mean, I could stick my tongue out at the Agron.
Yeah, you can do
Get
that.
him. Get him.
Get him.
Stupid. Bleh.
Roll a charisma.
It's intimidation.
Yeah.
Is this intimidation?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's still only +2.
Yeah.
That's a 10.
Yeah. Agron obviously doesn't care, but it's a fun vibe. Faye appreciates it. Okay. That brings us to Schmidt. Diana's
Blast
out.
this fucker.
Gonna blast him?
Yep, it is a DC 16 deck save from them.
Okay.
Kind of hard to pull off a deck save when you're crawling through a portal. And kinda
Yeah,
stuck.
Yeah.
they have disadvantage.
Also, when you're a big, chonky fucking metal lizard.
Yeah, they rolled the same number twice, which was a natural 8. They are going to fail.
Push them back. They get pushed back 15 feet on a fail.
Yeah, 15 feet, no doubt. Torrent of water gushes out of Diana's mouth. This very powerful Gyarados lets out a blast that pushes Agron back 15 feet, which is plenty the length of its head, and the portal closes behind it. One more perception from Schmidt.
15.
Okay. You can see from standing behind the Agron towards the wall, towards all of the charging energy mons, and you can also see Wally back there. You see a gentle wave from the figure who is fully dressed in black as the portal closes.
Can I wave back?
Sure, as a reaction, we could say.
Bye.
Bang.
Yeah.
Thanks, Busty.
You do that. Rather than the Hooper ring clanging to the ground or back onto Ellie's wrist, it simply poofs into nothing. It disappears. And as it disappears, you hear a familiar cackle.
Oh.
Oh, Hoopa, right.
Yeah,
I was like, what? What's going on?
I was like, I'm not familiar with this. I'm scared. I'm like, no, I got it.
And you are now out of initiative, and you have a new party member. I didn't roll for Jim Lee
He
on the
has
goodies turn.
As a PZ, bro? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Dude,
Oh yeah,
subscribe.
Jim Lee's here too. I forgot about that.
Yeah, Jim
Yeah,
Lee,
Oh yeah.
during
son.
the goodies turn, Jim Lee was tending to his bite wounds in his torso from the
Yeah,
basculation.
Homie's had a rough go, so
Yeah.
That's fair.
He's fine.
Time to make soup.
From you
Yeah,
two.
okay. All right, guys, break time. We go to soup.
It's probably about 11 a.m. or noon at the berry farm. There's some commotion out in the garden. The berry trees are looking pretty dang good. They're not as good as when they were stabbed by the berry masters, but nonetheless, the berries are coming in well. There's a handful of familiar grass-type Pokemon that recognize Cindy, kind of give a nod. No one's coming to greet. We don't see Pumpkin currently, but it's a partly cloudy day. probably about 70 degrees. And you're out of initiative. What do you do?
First order of business. We got the ball of metal armor, right?
That is correct.
I want to
Yeah.
search that for the psychic plate.
Roll me
You
an
can do that. I'm
yeah.
gonna go tend to my boy.
Please
I'm
investigate.
gonna look for pumpkin.
Yeah, investigate that for me, Schmidt.
Investigation. I
Yeah.
am proficient. Plus my intelligence score. That's a dirty 23.
Yeah, pretty good. What is before you is some strange, mysterious technology. You see wires made of material that you have never encountered before. You see strange, like, serial numbers and markings all over these pieces of armor. You are looking for a plate, something similar to what you've been collecting with the Atlas Stone. You do not see that. The armor is still pouring out kind of a pink mist, a pink smoke. But as far as you can tell within this rubble, there is no psychic plate.
Okay. Did I also maybe notice some sort of tracking device on it while I was looking at this thing? Or
You got a 23, right?
yeah.
You did not. You did notice that the parts are not only protective, but there's also a computer element to them. You can see inside the broken bits that you see pieces of motherboard and like electronics that are accomplish a purpose that isn't protection. You don't see anything that suggests a bug or tracking.
Okay. I'm still uneasy about this, and we need to get it the fuck out. But doesn't look like we're being tracked at the moment.
Right. If we could find anybody technologically
Technologically, yep.
advanced, technologically advanced enough, they could potentially use this to figure out what they were doing.
Okay, so no plate. Back to the checklist.
Yeah, I had investigation stuff going on from Schmidt, and then you had a follow up.
I did, yes. I was just gonna help Jim Lee tend to his wounds, so nothing crazy.
Sure. Yeah, roll insight.
Oh, I'm pretty insightful today. What is insight roll under?
I think it's intelligence. Wisdom.
Wisdom. I'm pretty wise. 15. All right.
15. Jim Lee has been out surviving on his own and with Red in the wilderness, including like the treacherous Mount Silver for a while. He's got bandages. He's taking good care of himself. He's hurt in a different way. There's a fatherly instinct that triggers in you, and it's like something is beyond physical pain. Do you check in with him?
Yeah.
He gives you a grin as he kind of grimaces from, clean up his wounds. He says, "Thanks for getting me out of there, Dad. I don't know how to say this, but..." And he looks down at his belt, and he has but one Pokeball. He says, "Most of my stuff is still in Granite Cave."
I know, son. We'll get back to them. I'm sorry. We had to get... It was very dangerous, and we had to leave.
Jim Lee gives a nod. He says, "I know, Dad. It's there was nothing else to do. They blasted the roof off, and they took me out of there. And it's just what it is. I'm glad to be safe, and I'm glad to be here with you again."
I'm glad you're safe too, son. We'll get your mons back. Don't worry. They're still there.
He gives a nod, like he trusts you and believes you.
Well, that's great.
Out of initiative. What do people want?
Alrighty.
We're looking for pumpkin.
You're gonna, give me a look for...
We are pulling out the Atlas Stone, and we are checking on locations of the plates.
Are you insisting Cindy does so?
Yes.
Cindy, do you do so?
I'm wagging a finger at her.
I'll give Schmidt the Atlas Stone and then go look for pumpkin.
Okay. That's the first time it's crossed hands after it was handed over by Zoe, but sure. I guess before Schmidt interacts with it, can we get a pumpkin check? Just a straight D20. I'll add a mod.
14.
14. You don't see pumpkin out in the garden. Pumpkin must be in the house somewhere. Where do you choose to look?
I'll probably open the door and be like, "Pumpkin?"
You hear a familiar, like, sound that Pumpkin makes coming from downstairs.
Okay. I guess I'll go downstairs then.
Sure. You go downstairs. Schmidt's turn. Well, I'll check in on Elodie after we do this. I apologize.
We're still in initiative.
I guess, yeah, we're bouncing back and forth. You are holding the Atlas Stone for the first time, Schmidt. What do you think?
The time to check on shit.
Okay, what are you checking?
I guess who do I have out? Diana? I guess it'd be nice to know. Yeah, that would solve, because they had the flying plate was still at Sky Tower. But the water, yeah, that would solve our water theory. Is the water plate in the same location?
Do you have Diana interact with the stone?
Yeah.
Yes. So you see the crystals that are surround the Atlas stone illuminate, one in a light baby blue, one in a deeper, richer blue. The lighter baby blue illuminates in the southern Hoenn Ocean, approximately to the west. And then the other one illuminates in a slightly different location than you remember it. It's still eastern Hoenn, by like this island landmass, northeastern Hoenn, but it is a little bit further north. A little bit. That's the darker blue one.
So, okay.
So it's still in the northeastern
Sky plate
ocean.
is the same. Water plate has moved even further north.
The water plate from your last memory has moved further north. Correct.
Okay.
And
What was the other one
we
we were going
wanted
to check on? Grass plate.
We
see if
wanted
it-
to
yeah.
right grass and
Pumpkin.
fighting as well.
you call out.
Cindy
for-
left.
Yeah. Cindy's.
Cindy, goddammit.
I'm in the house looking for pumpkin.
That's true.
All right, I guess we're all looking for
We did
pumpkin
want to
now.
check fighting too.
I have to get to a PC to get my fighting.
We have the special PC.
You've got the device,
from-
don't we?
Yeah.
The box link. Gimli has it.
Gimli does, I think. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, I have that.
Gimli.
Let's get inside. Find the pumpkin.
The pumpkin.
Okay. Everyone goes inside.
Yes.
Okay. You all do that. Do you invite Faye inside?
Yes.
Okay.
I
Oh
love it.
god, we
Sorry.
still have Faye we have to deal with.
Yeah. She looks confused,
Gimli.
but she's just kind of tagging along.
Gimli will probably find more supplies if needed for patching up in the house.
Actually, do we want Faye to know about the Atlas Stone?
She's just some girl. Like, it's fine.
Is she? What if she's
We
like?
don't have to tell
I don't
her
know.
what it is.
It's convenient she was already there at the beach, right?
Faye, what are your connections with Team NRG?
Are you asking?
Yes, but I'm
She's
kind of
going on
being
the sauce
sarcastic.
list. Hold on.
Okay. She asks, What are you talking about? Is that a band?
Dope.
Okay.
Okay, Faye,
Kind
what's your
of,
story? What's up? What are you doing?
Yeah. What?
Do you want to insight that, Elodie?
Yeah, I was gonna say, can I inside that?
Sure.
Dirty 20.
She's being truthful as far as you can tell. Never heard of NRG.
I trust her.
Rest over my life.
What did you ask, Schmidt?
Also, we're strong enough to take her, so like if we need to.
Jesus Christ.
Don't kill her.
I didn't say that. I just said we're strong enough to take her.
No, it's
So
fine.
funny.
I agree.
Let's kill her. Yeah.
Very fertilizer, man.
Okay, we're not gonna talk like that around our new friend.
Says.
I'm kidding. Okay.
Took me a minute.
I'm in the house looking for a pumpkin.
Yeah. Schmidt, did you have a thing to ask her?
I was just like, yeah. What's your story? What's going on? What's up?
Are you genuinely asking her that?
Yeah. I just want to know who she is, what she's about.
Okay. Yeah, she gives you a bit of a rundown. She says, yeah, so again, my name is Faye. I come from the Royal Uniovan Academy. It's one of the most prestigious universities in the region. I wound up here because one of my sorority sisters said that they had to go on a trip that was kind of for fun, kind of for work. She wasn't very clear about it, but I said, you know what? I've never been to Hoenn. I'll give it a try. And I ended up in Duford Town, and we had some crazy nights, and then a very crazy morning, and now I'm here, and I'm kind of wondering how I'm going to get back to Unova. Where is here, by the way?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. For the moment, don't worry about it.
To a place we'll tell you about later.
We'll get you to a safe city. Don't worry.
You're fine here. You're safe.
She is startlingly not concerned. She says, honestly, I'm just happy to be out of that situation. And to be honest, I was getting very sick of Sarah, so I'm okay with a little break for now.
We were sick of Sarah too. Don't worry.
I love Sarah for one. I'm just
Okay. Have we found pumpkin?
Do we want to check in with Cindy?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
in the downstairs.
Yeah, in the downstairs.
Sully's walking with me.
Great.
I don't know. I feel worried.
You find yourself that the basement door is cracked open, and that's where you feel like you heard the pumpkin sound.
Ah, fuck.
Pumpkin.
You hear a sound from Pumpkin as it sounds like a victory bell, like normal.
I'm so concerned.
Do you go to check on Pumpkin?
Yeah.
Okay. Sully lets off an ambient light, which is helpful because any of the lights in the basement were destroyed in the combat that you had with the rampaging, distorted kind of form of Pumpkin that you fought when it was guarding the plate from Team NRG. Pumpkin, as a standard victory bell, is in the corner of the wall where the plate was being protected. There's kind of a rectangular slot. Victory Bell is holding in its leaves 3 berries that, to your experience, are not, they're like sick. They're not good berries. They're not the kind of berry quality that comes from the berry farm. And Pumpkin is using the vine on its back to kind of mess with the rectangular slot. Again, there's all these like natural looking wires, if that makes sense. Almost like if the walls and the ceiling had streams of water flowing through them, and the source of water was this plate where it was held on the wall when you first had that encounter. Pumpkin is like looking at it concerningly, and it turns to Cindy and it goes,
Oh, the berries are good because of the grass plate.
is that a conclusion you're drawing? Are you asking Pumpkin?
Yes.
Yeah, roll a insight.
16.
Okay. Yeah, you get the feeling that Pumpkin is concerned with the quality of berries. They aren't the same as they used to be, and it has a feeling it might have something to do with the absence of the artifact that was retrieved from the wall in the basement of your grandparents' house.
Okay. Can I call Schmidt down
Sure.
stairs with the Atlas Stone?
Yeah.
Cool. Schmidt, can you bring the Atlas Stone down here?
Thud, 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 thud. Around downstairs.
Great, you do that. No need to roll or anything.
Pumpkin hole.
You're what now?
I point to Pumpkin, and I point at the hole in the wall.
Okay. Here, Pumpkin, touch this.
Are you asking? So, do you hand it over for Pumpkin to touch?
Yeah.
Pumpkin kind of gives like a sad, confused look and then shakes its head. No, doesn't want to.
Excuse me?
Doesn't want to.
Yeah, why would it want to go back to the way it was?
Oh. But it might not. Pumpkin, the Atlas Stone, like the stone is in here.
Pumpkin kind of gives a shrug, like as if to say, "Why don't you just get it out?"
We don't know how.
I don't want to get it out. I want to know if it is in the location.
There are other grass types.
Do we have other grass types?
Yeah.
There was
it
an
might
oddish on the
not-
farm.
You
it
know what
might
I
not
have?
necessarily.
Oh God!
No, but the thing is, it
No.
might not. It
We
might
just
not
got out of combat. I
necessarily.
can't go into another stressful situation like that.
It might not necessarily make Pumpkin be the same way again. Like that only happened because it was not in the Atlas Stone. I think. I hope.
I agree. The issue is Pumpkin doesn't wanna.
Right. Pumpkin doesn't want to.
Can I try to persuade Pumpkin to like explain that like it only happened because it was loose and raw, whereas the Atlas Stone just kind of keeps it safe, not turn you into a monster vibes?
Sure, yeah, you can roll a persuasion.
Come on, Pumpkin. Is it persuasion or Pokemon handling?
I think it's persuasion. You're having a conversation, kind of. You're not like giving a Pokemon order.
Persuasion. It's only a +2. That's an 11.
Yeah, Pumpkin just seems uninterested and isn't familiar with the artifact that Schmidt is holding, but it understands, based on your discussion, Pumpkin's pretty smart, that what it is talking about is contained therein, but doesn't have any interest in interacting with it.
Okay.
All right, that's fair.
We might not be
They
able to
want
get it
their
out
shit.
otherwise, but okay. It's not like we can just hit the eject button.
Do we want to bring it out? Like,
The quality of the berries is deteriorating.
well, they shouldn't have been using magic.
That doesn't sound like a priority, unfortunately.
But Pumpkin's so sad.
Well, so am I. You learn to deal with it.
I love that
Okay.
Pumpkin's so sad. So am I. That's really great. Yeah. Do you just leave Pumpkin in here?
Maybe I could tell Pumpkins like we're gonna make some soup for our friends. Do you want to meet our friends? Kind of like gestured toward the upstairs.
Yeah, this kind of excites Pumpkin, and they go, and then they start to follow you out.
Fabulous. Would it be in poor taste to touch the Atlas Stone to Pumpkin?
You can do whatever you want.
That
for
sounds
sure.
not nice. Okay.
Sounds like you're
I
retaining the
won't.
trust of a childhood friend Pokemon. So
Okay. Yeah, we're not doing that. Okay. Well, use your zoop thing to get Airbud.
Oh yeah, we're doing that. Okay, it's
We
done.
need to see if the plate is still here with us.
Yeah, we also need Jessica
What's Jessica's typing? Right
Yep.
Fighting.
fighting.
Whatever.
Fighting,
Yeah.
flying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can bring Bud out.
You guys are out of initiative, and you are in a place that has not internet reception, but whatever this thing functions off of to connect to the PC. You can make whatever swaps you want. So if we're taking out Bud and Jessica, I do want to know who is going in.
I'll be sending in my
Well, no,
Littlefoot.
No, we don't. We don't need Omelet.
Yeah, I'll switch Littlefoot for Bud.
So Littlefoot the
Omelet's
Amora
going.
and Omelet the Togepi.
Yep.
Okay, you make those swaps. I'm gonna assume that we're gathered like in the living area.
Yep.
Okay, so what's the order of operations?
Are you gonna let Bud out? See what he has to say.
Absolutely.
I'd say just let them out at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay, Bud and Jessica enter the living room. And of course, without hesitation, you are greeted by Bud. He says, "Oh, well, what's going on, guys? It's Bud. I'm back, and I can't wait to say hi to all of you. It's been a while since I've been in the PC. It's not that uncomfortable, but, I had a pretty good time. How have you all been? I feel like it's been a while. Well, what is this house? What are we doing here? What is this strange artifact?"
Schmidt turns into, the painting the screen.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
does that.
Munch.
He's just, yeah.
That's great. And also, Bud is speaking, but he's also pacing swiftly in a circle with his outstretched legs.
Bud, can you touch this?
Roll a persuasion.
Fuck, man, that's a 10.
Bud doesn't require much persuasion. I was looking for DC 10. Bud continues pacing in a circle, and he says, "Don't mind if I do." And he plumps his head against the Atlas Stone. There is... what is the intention of the Atlas Stone? Are we checking for things, or are we...
We were checking to see if we have the grass plate, and then we are also... I guess we can see where the ground plate is now, if it had moved with the blimps, or is it still at that northeastern location?
Okay, so we're interacting with the Atlas Stone and not the grass plate, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, Bud bonks his head against the Atlas Stone, and you see the locations of two little dots as the crystals glow. One of them, the green one, is in your precise location. The brown one is slightly to the northern end of Duford.
So they have all
Ooh,
those
baby.
So they had
plates,
the plates
in the blimp.
in the blimps. So the blimps are their home base.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense. Have a mobile home base.
Yeah.
How they live in a mobile home, losers.
That probably also means like all the prisoners that we
That
saw but didn't see when we did the NRG one shot.
we quote unquote saw. That is good news though, because that means that we can track NRG and their blimps, and we don't know if they can track us. So
That is, yeah.
we will be more prepared.
That is good info.
Unless they send like Yuri out again.
If
Stupid
if
ass
they
thing.
send out Yuri again, then Gimli can obliterate him again.
Finally.
Maybe he
Obliterate
can
their
be the
flank.
fertilizer that brings back the berry quality.
We should have killed him then.
Bud the Toadstool has bonked his mushroomy shaped head, and this is the first time that you've seen him actually standing still. That being said, his feet are wiggling with anticipation. He's got to get going again, but he's going to do his duty and keep his head to the plate as long as you need it. Or to the
Yeah,
Atlas
yeah,
Stone, I
release.
should say.
Thank you. You did so good.
Thank you, bud.
He says, "All right, you're so welcome. That was a really good time. I'm going to be on my way. Here I go." And he says he's on his way, but he's really just pacing in a circle.
Yeah. Because he doesn't really go anywhere. He's on an adventure with us. He's
Exactly.
not going
Just the
anywhere.
time.
He's so
I
perfect.
mean, does
He
he
is so
want something to do? I'm sure Pumpkin could put him to work if he just wants to like.
Hey, bud, you ever work on a farm before?
Bud says, "No, I've never been on a farm, but there's that flower garden that's pretty close to where I used to live in those Rustboro woods, and I saw them tending to plants all the time, and I thought that sounds like such a pleasant way to live. I'd love to do something like that. I think my feet would be really good at tilling the soil. Don't you agree?"
I would agree. You want to go do that?
Bud says, "Don't mind if I do," and he like speeds out towards the gardens in the back, and he's running over the freshly laid loamy soil. He's just tilling it around. He's hoeing it. He's getting it ready for planting.
He's hoeing it. That's where we are.
Hoeing and hoeing.
Bud is hoeing around.
That's true.
Hey,
Hoeing around
hey,
and
Pumpkin,
hoeing.
you want to supervise him? Make sure he's doing that right.
Victory Bell gives you a little salute with its vine over its brow and goes, "Meow," and it goes outside to supervise the activity. There's other grass types out there, of course, but Bud is having a great time rolling around in the grass. It's like his perfect life.
He was meant to be a farmer. Farmer Bud.
That's what this berry farm needed. Not the grass plate.
It
just
just
Bud.
needed Bud.
Farmer
It
Bud.
needed Bud.
Okay, can we check Jessica now?
Sure.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
Um,
Yes.
No real preamble for Jessica. She's in her cool fighting type form. And she, without hesitation, she will lay a wing on the plate, and you see 2 spots illuminate. One the same as Diana, the same light blue. And for a reddish brown, you see it slightly north of Duford Town.
They have the fighting plate. Okay.
Dude.
We thought that they had it though. Like we were pretty sure they had it, right? That was our assumption.
I don't. Probably.
That was the only one we weren't confirmed on.
But it was like they have literally everything else.
Yeah.
Except for the fairy plate on the moon?
You guys have your list, right?
They still don't have. Yeah, I updated the list. The only ones that they don't have are rock, flying, fairy, technically water still, and then the ghost and dragon ones are fucky, and then we have fire, electric, and grass.
I don't want to leave
I'm
the,
moving the water one.
grass. I don't want to leave the grass
fuck.
plate here, but I don't want to like leave pumpkin with nothing to work with. Maybe Bud will work a little bit of magic.
Speaking of working magic, can Schmidt go outside and check on his leaks?
Sure, go for it.
I do that.
Yeah, I guess there's no real rolls to have had here. You planted 1 leek seed, correct? I think you only got 1 from, was it Walker that gave it to you? I think it was.
Yeah. Whatever I had, I planted.
Yeah.
So if you gave me 2, I planted 2. If you gave me 1, I planted 1.
Yeah, you approach you remember when you were in Rustboro, the same day you encountered Red, you took a little trip with Ellie to quickly plant it. You wouldn't expect a vegetable to grow particularly quickly within, 3, 4, it's been about a week since you planted it. There is a small grass-type Pokemon that is tending to it. It is a bundle of blue vines wearing little red shoes, it looks like. They're not shoes, but its feet look like sneakers almost. It is gently cooing and touching it with its vines, and it sees you approach, and it takes a step back, and it smiles with its eyes. And planted in the soil, you see something that could probably only be described as a sword. There is a majestic root vegetable emerging from the ground that you don't see all of it because an element of it is obscured in the soil, but you do see a magnificent green color with a pattern to it. It's like the cell walls that are on this plant seem to be reflective, and they appear to have the shape of reptile scales, and they glimmer a blue color as the sun reflects off of them. It seems like you could pluck this plant out of the earth if you wish.
Hell yeah. Can I have Quacko pull out like King Arthur and the sword?
Yeah, you're totally welcome to. Does Quacko hold on to his leek as he does so, or does he drop it and pull this?
I can hold his old leek.
Okay. Yeah, he pulls it out of the earth, and it gleams against the sunlight that is coming through. And I think this is where I want to open the floor to you to perhaps describe what an upgraded leek for Quacko might look like.
I don't fucking know, dude. Okay.
It's fine if you have nothing, but I want to ask if you have something before I just volunteer information.
My only thought would be like the Surfetched leek.
Uh-huh.
Like just really fucking big. But if you have other things in mind, I would rather go with your flavor.
Okay. I'm happy to do it that way, more of a lance. What I was picturing was like more of a nimble sword looking leek. With the white part of the plant being the hilt and the green part being the blade. I'm picturing at the top there's a point and then it's a curve down the end. Is that like a cutlass that I'm thinking of? It's almost like a scimitar, but like longer and not thick. Yeah, I think it's a kind of a cutlass that I'm describing, like a pointed tip that curves around. And again, what is important here for me, for my headcanon, but we can flavor it however you want, is that this plant almost looks like it has reptilian scales. It is noticeably sharp.
Yeah.
Like it's a sharp plant. It seems rigid, and it has like it's reflective, like almost like it's made out of metal, but it is all vegetation. Quacko holds it with
I
pride.
take a bite out of it.
No.
Elodie runs up and goes chomp.
Elodie gets punted.
No, this is an upgraded leek for Quacko. It's really quite simple what it does. It has 1 additional point of crit modifier.
Oh, yeah.
So I think on Slash, does that take your crits to a natural 16 or a natural 15?
Slash brings it down 1. Quacko got a passive that also brought it down 1, right?
And then this is worth 2 stages of crit. So is that 16?
I think that's 16, yeah.
Yeah. So on natural 16s or higher, Quacko will be securing critical hits with this leak.
Oh my god, 16.
Goddamn.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Natural 16s.
Yeah, homie can't
Killer.
evolve, but he's evolving way better than anybody else.
Very cool. Little upgrade for
Hell
Quacko.
yeah.
He lets out a little triumphant quack, and he seems happy that you did a nice thing for him, Schmidt, and involving your family.
Hell yeah. Schmidt is beaming proudly.
Well, I was going to ask Faye a question.
Sure.
So there was another person looking at the portal, a hooded figure. Do you know who that was?
They're gonna roll a history. They roll. I won't disclose it. What they roll. She says, "Yeah, I thought I saw someone where they were like totally obscured. You couldn't like see their face at all. I don't know who that was."
Okay.
Can we try to eject the grass plate for while we're here?
Sure.
Like that makes
I don't think
sense.
so.
Like,
I don't think it's worth it.
I understand you're concerned about the berry farm, but it's
Bigger issues at the moment.
Are you looking to like test the mechanic if you can like possibly do so without the aid of a Pokemon?
I mean, that'd be kind of cool.
Okay. If no one's like gonna stop you, Schmidt's gonna be like, "No, don't do it." And even then, that would just be a contested check. You're welcome to try. Is that what you want to do? Is just try and remove it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Schmidt has it, right? So it would have to be like.
It has to be.
Did you
handed
take
over.
it with you
Schmidt.
outside?
Eh.
I think
Did you
Schmidt
leave
would
it
have kept them on
inside?
him.
Yeah, would have kept
Okay.
it safe on him.
Yeah. Up to you to discuss.
Well, Cindy would want to take it back.
Are we strength checking this or
Do you refuse
You're
to give
gonna
it back?
keep my Atlas Stone?
I don't think we should take the grass plate out of it.
Well, first of all, I want to see if we can take plates out of it. We don't even know if we can without the assistance of Pokemon. Like, the only way we've been able to get plates out is, like, solely losing alpha form.
Did that remove the plate or did Soli just
Solely went back to normal, and then the plate was next to her. Yeah. So I just want to see if it can be done, just so we know.
Schmidt hesitantly gives the Atlas Stone over.
Okay. And are you metaphorically hitting the eject button on the grass plate?
Sure.
Okay. Roll a DC 10 Arcana.
That's a 5.
Okay. Cindy interfaces with the Atlas Stone and attempts to just try and retrieve an item that is stored within it and unsuccessfully does so. It can't seem to figure it out.
Do I get the inkling that maybe it might have been possible if I wasn't stupid?
Not sure on a 5. I don't think Cindy's
Okay.
convinced either way. Not for sure that it's impossible, but just not for sure that it's possible.
Where's the eject button on this thing?
Elodine,
Maybe we have to buy one.
Ah, man, upgrade. Gotta buy upgrade parts.
Elodine Gimli, is there any things you wanted to do?
Nothing additional for the rest of this RP.
Okay.
I have one other thing I would like to do, but it can wait for beginning of next session.
We could probably start something. Elodie, do you have anything?
Oh, no. Nothing for now.
Okay, what were you thinking?
Schmidt wants to lock himself up in the library, bring out Mewtwo, and ask him the backstory.
Sure. Are you going to try and like lock yourself in the library without like anyone noticing?
Just without anyone there.
Okay. So you're just gonna walk in and close the door?
Yeah.
Just for fun, I think I want a stealth check. Just
Okay. I don't really care if people see me or not. I just
sure.
don't want anyone else there. I don't want to overwhelm Mewtwo.
Yeah.
Mostly, I don't want Faye there.
Rather than rolling a perception for everyone else, I would rather just see the natural just stealth, even if you're not super trying.
Okay.
We can take out the
Natural 20.
Okay, yeah, sure. And if there's anyone you don't want to notice that you're doing this, then they won't.
Okay. I don't want Faye to notice.
Okay, easy. Yeah, you can close the door in the library. Again, there's many books here. A few of them are scattered. It's the last time that you all were in this place, you were kind of rummaging through them a little bit. And yeah, you can let out Mewtwo for a conversation if you wish.
Yep, I do that.
Okay.
There's like a couch or something in the library, right?
Yeah, and there's a desk as well.
Okay. I want to let him out on like the couch area so he's like comfortable, relaxed.
Okay. Yeah, Schmidt presses the button on the Master Ball and it looses itself. And appearing onto the couch is sitting on the couch like a person, which is pretty funny, but in a pained way where they're kind of cradling their head as they are leaned over. is Mewtwo, this tall, lanky, slender Psychic-type Pokemon. It raises its gaze to make eye contact with Schmidt, about to say something telepathically with its mind. And that is where we will end the session. Hello, and thank you for listening to the latest episode of Dunsparce and Drampa. Extra special thanks to our latest patrons. They are Logan, Sydney, Hyaki and Ben. If you have any interest in becoming a patron yourself, this week might be a great time to try. There is loads of bonus content on there, and there's also now a free trial option to see if you like the service. There are post-show discussions for every group episode, as well as early access to bonus content, and this week I am uploading pictures of battle maps that we've used throughout the campaign. If you ever wanted to see what those look like, now might be a great week to sign up. Links to the Patreon, as well as all of our other links, is at linktree/Dunsparce, linktr.ee/Dunsparce. Thank you so much for all of your support, and we will see you for the next session on April 30th.
Mm-hmm.
And Kira can cut out the silence to make it seem like I knew exactly what I was doing here.
I was about to question if I had
Actually,
to do something.
Kira, just leave the silence in.
That's fine.
We just want a gap to build suspense. Can we get
That's
some
a
Will
good
you
content.
make a longer
Ooh,
silence?
do like a
double
Who
the
Wants to
amount
Be
of
a Millionaire
silence.
song.
Not the crickets.
Double the length of the silence.
Actually, Kira, put all of episode
Please
24
include
in
dead
between
sound.
now and before. Richie
What was
calls it
episode
damage.
24?
I don't know. I just picked a number. I can go look.
Yeah, we choose that before we determine
We're
what
flashing back
this thing
on
is.
this laser fire,
Yeah.
and it's just replaying episode 24.
No, replay. Just put every single other episode between now and then, so it's like a flashback of our lives. Like we're seeing our lives flash.
You guys are
before
really
our eyes.
asking for like plot wise to die here. Like,
No.
We just upload
Episode
the whole
24
thing, and it's
was
like
Lava Ridge
200
Town
hours.
Excursion.
oh, that's where you find you choose the Larvastar egg and
Aubergine.
and the aubergine egg, and you leave the full yellow egg behind.
True.
Rip.
That's crazy.
The full yellow egg hatched, and that's the Pokemon that's firing this gun at us.